But, I just want you to know that. I can understand that. Sometimes I feel like I have to act like someone tougher than I really am just to get through stuff. Maybe we were both trying a little too hard. Certainly not the first time I've been accused of that. Me neither. I'm struggling with how to say this. I suppose I'll just jump right into it. I've been with many women in my life, but it's never felt like this. I feel as though a window is opened in a room that's been closed for a long time. I'm not saying I'm in love with you, that would be rather forward, considering we've only just met. Wow, you are the most reasonable person so far. But you're the first person with whom I've ever felt, I don't know how to describe it, giddy, hopeful. When I fell asleep last night, the only thing I could think about was how much the prospect of another day with you excited me. You're the first person I've ever wanted to fall in love with. My heart feels like a bird fluttering around in my chest. Nick is the Electoral College. Oh no. Don't burden me with that. Don't burden me with that, Scoom. I'm sorry, that was really mean. Thank you. There's something so wonderfully scary about hearing someone say the very thing you hoped they would. Like you're afraid you'll wake up and find out it was just a dream. Gosh, Falkner, that's... I don't know what to say. But you must understand, I never thought I would feel this. I thought I was the kind of man who would never fall in love. And it's because I thought myself that way that I even entertained the idea of a political marriage in the first place. It is a dictatorship masquerading as a democracy, you're right, hamster. You got me to a T. If I knew I'd never marry for myself, why not marry for my kingdom? But now I just wish I'd met you first. Then again, if I'd never made this journey, I wouldn't have met you at all. Damn it to hell. But if you feel differently now, I mean, I'm not saying you should leave her and marry me instead. But maybe you could slow things down and we could just spend more time together and, see how things go. That would be okay, wouldn't it? He looks at me with such longing. It takes him a moment to gather his thoughts and speak. Rosemary, I can't make that choice anymore. I need to tell you something I haven't told anyone. I believe if I do, you'll understand. Okay. My heart starts beating faster. I don't like the sound of this. A few years ago, my father let me look at the Fae Kingdom's finances. The royal family, the entire kingdom, we're going bankrupt. We can't easily participate in global trade. How can we benefit from goods that are too gigantic for us to use? And we invest so much in the brilliant minds of our scholars and inventors. We build airships and factories and all manner of amazing things. We see almost no profit because the rest of the world is just too big. Our greatest innovations are children's toys in their hands. Falkner, that's awful. You and your people deserve more than that. Hey, Bacon. It's just one of many problems. For example, only Fae are able to live in our kingdom. It's too small for anyone else. For all we spend to make our city so beautiful and so advanced, we can't even benefit from tourism. Fae families keep leaving to seek their fortunes elsewhere, but there's no immigration, no new blood, nothing to replace the ones who leave. Our people have only two options, stagnate or dwindle. We've dwindled. Slowly and gradually, our population, our resources. In a handful of generations, we'll have nothing. Wow, I had no idea. No, we don't like to share our weaknesses if we can help it. Sometimes, we don't even like to admit them to ourselves. But I don't get it. How could one marriage possibly fix a problem that big? It's so simple, so perfect. I thought myself a brilliant forward thinker for devising this scheme. I almost wish I never had. I'll try to explain. As you're probably aware, not all Fae people live in our kingdom. A good many families left to live in other kingdoms with the rest of you. And many of those wayward families have thrived financially. However, I believe they suffer in a different way. The Fae Kingdom turns its back on them as traitors and deserters. They lose touch with their home, their culture, their history. They must struggle every day to exist in a world that was never made for them. I mean, if you guys want people to come back, you probably shouldn't treat them like deserters. Even when they succeed, they're always suffering, always too small. It was quick. No, I did dab. I did dab once. Only once, that's all you got. And because they are, in essence, exiled, they can never go home to where they belong. But these wayward fae are still my people. I know they are. The woman I've been in contact with is the daughter of a particularly wealthy fae family, one that has lived in exile out in the Southern Kingdom for centuries. Her family's riches alone would be enough to keep the royal family thriving for generations. I'm starting to see where this is going. That doesn't make it any easier. Our union would not only solve the Fae Kingdom's financial problems temporarily, I believe it will also help address the problem in the long term. My bride-to-be is quite well known, even amongst those in the kingdom who reject outsiders. And I, of course, am the prince. We represent two halves of the Fae. Our marriage would be seen as a symbol of unity. They are one people, no matter where we live or what we do. The kingdom need not turn its back on those who left and can welcome their experiences and prosperity. The wayward Fae need not lose their connection to their history, their culture, their people. In fact, we might even encourage more to venture out and make their fortune, knowing they can always return. I can bring the Fae together in a way that lasts. We need never be estranged and impoverished again. But why does it have to be you who does this? Couldn't it be someone else? Rosemary, I'm the only son of the king and queen. It can only be me. And even if that weren't the case, I've known nothing but happiness and success in my life. I know that everything I have, everything I am, my people gave to me. Which means my life is not truly mine. I owe it to them. I do marry out of love, but not for a woman I've never met. I love my kingdom. And I must save it, or else how can I stand to live? Do you understand? Of course I do. I knew you would. You care so deeply about what you love. We're the same in that regard. If you were to lose your home, or if you found you could never be a knight, you'd never give that up for me, would you? We don't care. Would never give up being a knight, or I don't care if that matters so much anymore. I don't know if it matters. The best stories don't have happy endings. Kind of hoping we don't end up with Falkner. I mean, he is supposed to be getting married. Never give up. Never surrender. You're right. You're right. Of course you're right. I want to be a knight more than anything. I want to do some good in this world. But in this case, it doesn't feel good to be good. I wish I could just be selfish this time. Just do what I want and let everyone else worry about themselves. I wish I could too, but I can't. Neither of us can. You wouldn't think so to look at us, but we're very much alike. I guess we are. Sort of comforting in a way. I feel his hand on my cheek. His kiss like a little drop of rain, so small and soft you're not even sure it was real. I'm gonna miss that. We keep walking a little longer. I guess there's not much to say after that. We're gonna screw an entire kingdom because of a sexy tiny boy. Yep. And sooner than either of us expected, we can see Starlight City way off in the distance. It's so beautiful, glittering like a little pile of jewels off on the horizon. I hate it. Looks like we'll be there by nightfall. That didn't take long. Mount Needle really hasn't lived up to its dangerous reputation, has it? It certainly hasn't. I almost wish we'd had a bear attack or something, so we could stay a bit longer. We wait there a moment, listening to the wind, almost hoping for some feral growl to echo in the trees. Of course nothing happens. Everything's perfectly fine. Nothing's ever there when you need it, is it? You know? The weather's looking a little rough. Maybe we should make camp early to be safe. Of course. Yes. I think you're right. The snow could get much worse at any moment. We don't want to tempt fate, do we? The weather's absolutely fine. We're lying to ourselves, and we know it. Just so we can have one more night together. But if one night's all we're gonna get, I'll take it. Don't judge a strange tiny man by its cover. That's how the saying goes, yeah. Just be a side chick. Doesn't take long to set up camp in a nearby cave. In fact, the sun is still up by the time we're done. I feel a little guilty about it, knowing Faulkner's bride-to-be is waiting for him. But not that guilty. We eat dinner together, me sitting with my legs folded and him perched on my thigh. It's kind of nice having you sit there. Blushing already, are you? It's quite becoming. No, Okay, maybe I'm blushing a little. I mean, you're touching my thigh. That's so intimate. Rosemary, my dear, please don't be offended by my asking, but have you been with anyone before? I remember you said you hadn't been in love with anyone, but have you, as you put it, been intimate? What makes you ask that? He softly rubs his hand against my skin. Even though his hand is so small, his touch feels electric. Well, you see, this as the height of intimacy, it occurs to me that we can do much better than that, Faulkner. I blush a lot stronger when I hear him say that, which is probably his intention. But my heart also sinks a little, thinking about our situation. Maybe it's for the best that we can't keep seeing each other. He's mega ready. Yeah, he is. Goodness, Rosemary, I didn't mean to pressure you. We don't have to do anything. I just thought, since it's our last day together. Of course I want to, do things. I knew we weren't going to say goodbye without boning first. You know it. In this game, everyone's so thirsty. Everyone just wants it. Gosh, I can't believe I just said that out loud. But what can we even do? I mean, I'm so big, and you're so... We just don't match up, Don't be silly. Our difference in size was never the problem. Didn't I tell you, dear? I haven't been in love before, but I've been with many women. Not all of them were Fae. I'm not so close-minded as that. You've been with women my size? Many times, yes. Well, perhaps none so muscular. Gosh, that means you figured out how to make it work? I mean, it was good for both of you? Listen, dear, I'm not one to kiss and tell. I do try to be a gentleman. However unsuccessful my attempts may still be. Hey, just some gal, I'm still here. We're almost done. He banged his way across the world. Having said that, let me assure you, I've never once sent a woman away unsatisfied. There's a great number of things I could do with you. I can't really imagine. I'd be happy to demonstrate. Yes. Yes, please. But like I said, I've been with many women. Like a lot of them. I mean, at least that wasn't as, forward as, and then they boned. Unless it's gonna do it now. Sometime later, we lie down together and Faulkner falls asleep on my chest. I stay awake a little longer. I can't stop thinking about what we just did together. He'll get lost. Good things come in small packages. Fuck off, achievements. Fuck off. It was nothing like what I expected, but more amazing than I'd hoped. What is this? We just... hi, this is a dating sim. We're a knight, and we banged a fairy prince. Welcome to the stream. You're all caught up. I feel like that post is fine, Bacon. And more amazing than I'd hoped. How do I even describe it? I don't know where to start. At least she had dinner. He did cook her dinner twice. As said, these achievements are on point. Let's just say, after that, I'm even sadder I won't be able to be with him anymore. Jeez. I'm also happier than ever that I met him in the first place. When I do drift off to sleep, I doze peacefully. That is until I'm woken by a small figure shaking me awake before sunrise. Rosemary, wake up. 5 more minutes. Come now, we don't have all day, wake up. I open my eyes to see him standing on my chest, jutting his face into mine. Alright, I'm awake. Last night was really special, by the way. Well, yes. That goes without saying, but we need to get going now. Are you that excited to get married? quite the opposite.